Guys and girls, it's Noah time! Hey, let's get crack-lacking! It's Noah time! Noah time!
Here we go. So this house costs $700,000. Now, like I said, bank wants a 15% down payment.
Is it actually 15%?
It's around 10 minimum. But the higher you pay for a down payment, the lower your interest will be.
What's the average lot size in
33 by 120.
33 by 120?
Yep. Now, around 2,400. Next thing, I have 25 years
Lot size.
to pay it off.
That's half the size of your house.
The bank's rate I showed you last time by TD Bank is 3.2%, compounded monthly. Compounded monthly. That was the bank's rate. My question to you is, what is your monthly payment? So this is called mortgages. Monthly payment. I'm going to pause it and let you have this. Right off the bat, I know I'm going to use the TVM solver. So let's grab my TVM solver out. First of all, my N value is going to be 25 times 12, which is 300. My interest is 3.2%. My present value, I don't know what it is. That's what I'm looking for. Oh, sorry, I do know what it is. So, I have to calculate it anyway. So, which is 15%. Yep. So, what's your present value right now? Negative? Wait, 300? 003? Oh, 3 zeros. 595,000. My future value is 0. My payment per year, compound, 1212, go to alpha, payment, and I'm paying $2,883.83. So let's write this down. $2,883.84. So basically, that's how much I'm paying a month. Now, comes the next part. Last time I taught you how to find the interest using a vague and inaccurate way. It's a quick and dirty way, but it's not accurate. I'm going to show you how to find an accurate way now. Find total interest. You were going to do this every time now. Because before I showed you an easy way, but it was always off by a few pennies. We're going to figure this out right now, how to do this the proper way. So during these 25 years, how much did you pay in total interest? Now, see, the old way, what we did was we say, hey, so that's easy. I took 2,883.84 times by how many payments I made. I made 300 payments. So let's calculate this right now. Okay. So I can quit. So let's do 2,883 times 300. Nope. Because that's how many payments I made in total. 0.84 times 300.
You didn't do it right. You have to
There's too many times in there. 0.84 times 300. It's not my A game today. I don't know what's going on. Times 300. There we go. That gives you 865,152. But then you gotta minus that. 595. Because you only borrowed 595. See, that was what we did before, and it was around $270,000. But that seems a bit too high. Okay, so let's write this down. Too high. So something is wrong, because our calculation is wrong. This was a quick and very efficient way of doing smaller things. But when you have mortgages, this doesn't work. So this method is incorrect. Is not correct. Because if I borrow $595,000, right, and I have to pay back $270,000 in interest, that seems a bit too high. Something's wrong with my calculation. I'm going to show you why. Because you have so much money, it screws up bigger and bigger. So I'm going to show you the proper way of doing this now. This is called using your TVM solver. TVM to find total interest. Because your interest actually goes down every year. And that's the reason why. Because here we're assuming our interest is steady. Use this find total interest on regular payments. So again, this only works if you're making regular payments. We're going to go back to this exact same question. I'm going to show you a new function on your calculator. You can only use this after you use a TVM solver. Go to finance right now. Okay. After you enter all your TVM stuff, go all the way down. Down, past. You're going to go to this A right here. It says sigma interest. I'm going to write this down. You're going to find sigma INT. There's going to be two numbers here that they want. They want x1, x2. I'll explain to you what x1 and x2 represents. x1 represents beginning, okay, beginning period, and this represents your ending. So which means I want to go from my first month to all the way to my last month that I pay. So it's going to be sigma INT. We're going to put in 1 because that's my first month when I paid my interest. What is your last one going to be? Okay, 1 is my first month. How many months are there? 300. Because my first month is my first payment. My last number is, what is your last payment going to be? Which is your 300, the 300 payments. So let's do this right now on the calculator. Okay, you go to, hit this. It will bring you up to INT, sigma. Go to 1, comma. You have to have a comma. On your exam, please do not say, Mr. No, I can't figure this on my calculator. Hit 300. Something's wrong. Comma's right here. Now, after you finish, hit brackets.
You get 270,151.9.
And drum rolls, you get 270,151.98. This is a more accurate answer. And it... Wait. You're off by like a buck or something. So this answer really is 270,151.98. You're off by a few. And this, I want the exact, because 2 cents matter, you know. I can do a lot with 2 cents. Whoa. Whoa. I'm going to give you a question to try on your own. I'm going to pause it and let me... So let's write this down. This formula is only used... Formula is only applied... Hi.
Why can't you just like subtract 2 pennies from the...
Wait. It changes. I'm going to show you why. It's only apply after TVM solver. We cannot do this first until you do TVM solver. Try this one. Most of you will not have enough money for a house, so you're going to buy a condo. Condos in Surrey right now is a dime a dozen. You can buy a pretty good one for $225,000. That's a condo right now. 10% down payment. If you go to Surrey Central, right across Surrey Central are those 3 big towers. The average selling price of 1-bedroom condo in that area is $225,000. I actually looked at it online before I go. 10% down payment. Yeah, we're going to calculate this right now. Bank's rate is $3.75% compounded semi-annually for 20 years. With monthly payments. So this is a real life question right here. I'm going to ask you many parts. A. No, this time I'm going to do it fully this time. A. Calculate your payment. Find your monthly payment. So if I want to buy it right beside Series Central, how much do you have to pay? B. Find total interest. For the 20 years. So I want to know how much money did the bank steal from me after 20 years paying it. C. I'll tell you what a C is in a second. I know I'm going to use the TVM solver. Again, you cannot use the interest formula yet. Why? Because you didn't do the TVM. TVM has to come first. So let's go second and clear all this stuff out. I go back to my TVM. I re-input everything again from scratch. Taryn, what's your end value? 2. Yep. 240 is correct. My rate, 3.75. Yep, forgot my decimal. My present value, be careful about this one. It's not 225,000. 200,000? 202. 500? Oh yeah, so be negative. My apology. It does. 202. 500. Now, my PY is 12. What is CY? CY is 2 because it says compounded semi-annually. Go back to PMT.
Wait, why is your PY 12?
Sorry?
Why is your PY 12?
PY is how many payments are you making in a year? I'm paying monthly, so how many payments is that? 12. So right off the bat, 1197.54. Let's write this down. 1197.54. Now, if I was to do this the old-fashioned way, I would go times by 240 and all that stuff. But I want to do the correct way this time. 84,000?
Wait, what did you get for your
Okay.
payment?
So let's do this slowly. So I have my first done. Notice once the TVM is done, I can go ahead and do the second phase. I exit out this whole program. I go back to my sum of interest formula. All the way down, 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 down. Right there. Now I can enter it in the number. It should clear it up. I'll look in a second. 1 is my first month. 240 is the last payment month. I make sure you have end brackets. On the exam, your total interest, you're in that 20 years. So if I look at this, so it's going to be, it's calculating $84,911.64. So let's write this down. 84, so sum of interest, INT, of 1, 240, 84,000. Give me 1 second. $911.64. Now the key is this. If I'm renting my condo for $900, does it pay off the mortgage? Nope. So that's why people may have to put more money into to lower down your payments. You would have to rent out to make money on this condo, you would have to rent it out for at least $1,200, at least, to make money. If you're not renting for $1,200, if you buy this condo and you try and make money, you're going to go bankrupt. When you invest in the wrong place, Yep.
And then he's renting out the place for 800.
Yep.
He didn't think about it at the beginning, but then now he's...
And you know why? He wasn't in my class. If he was in my class, he wouldn't be making that mistake. So this is the actual thing. My friend brought actually 2 properties in Chilliwack, and it's not selling right now. So he's stuck with it. If he sells it right now, he loses money. Why? Because the real estate in Chilliwack has crashed. So, sorry? Yeah. Yeah.
And then the people lost their contract.
Yeah, and then the whole value just goes down, and then you can't sell anymore. And you end up losing a lot of money. This is how we do the total true interest. Here's your last question. What is your total payment? Total. Guys, settle down. Payment for the 20 years. Here's your next question. What is your total payment for the 20 years? So let's do this. This is C. Oh, yeah, this is D then. What is your total payment for the 20 years? To find the total payment for 20 years, let's add everything I owe together. I initially owe $202,500. Adrian just settle down. Then, I have to add my interest on top of that, which is $84,911.64. See what I did? Let's add these together and see how much I end up paying the bank in 20 years. And this is how banks make money. They did a lot of... which is $287,411.64. And that is your total payment in that 20 years. So that's why some people wait until they have a lot of money. And they say, okay, now it's time to buy it. That way they pay less interest. My question is this. D. E. Next part. Sorry? Here is going to be your super no question for today. It's going to be an easy one. Good luck with this one. If... yeah, this is going to be your super no for E. If you increase... it's going to be a group. Your down payment... if you increase your down payment to 20%. So you go to the bank, says, I'm going to do 20% this time. How much interest would you save? How much interest would you save compared to 10% down payment? So read my question carefully, please. Compared to... same thing. 225,000. How much interest would you save compared to 10% down payment? So, again, if you get this fully correct, everyone in your group gets a card. If it's only partially correct, and I know where you're going to make mistakes, if it's partially correct, I will only award 1 card per group. So, I'm going to repeat this question. Let's say instead of paying 10% down payment, your mom and dad says, why are you so silly? Put in 20%. Let's see how much that extra 10% can save you compared to $84,911.64. Okay? So I'm going to pause it. Let's do this slowly. First of all, I am having a 20% down payment. So let's grab your TVM right now. Okay. Second function, finance, TVM solver. Still the same, still the same. My present value changes. What is it? 180,000. Oh, that's it? Tajveer, have a seat, please. Sit down, Tajveer. Navreet, have a seat. Right off the bat, that changes. Now, let's see my payment. Alpha. It went down to 1,064. So if I increase by 10%, my payment actually drops down by about $100 a month. But in reality, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for my interest. So what you're going to do is you go, get out of this. On your exam, please do not ask me, no, my calculator screwed up. It's not giving an answer. If your calculator screws up, remember this. Calculators don't make mistakes. You do. Oh, why saying, why saying? So, I go second. Finance. Actually, there was a time when a calculator made a mistake in the provincial exam. And it was all the Casio calculators. They made this one error. And it was a huge in the district. They had to redo the exam. 240. But that's not what I'm looking for. I'm asking you, so my interest during this is going to be 75477.
Why just add 120 then?
Sorry?
Why just add 120
Give me one second. 477.02. This was the interest. This was the previous interest. So guess what I'm going to do with these? Subtract them.
No, why don't you just add the other thing, the total that you paid?
Total that you paid? Same concept. Because no matter what you do, you should get the same answer. 911.64 minus 75477. 943462 is correct. You are right. You're lucky you chose Jason's answer. You would have been off by a few pennies. Okay? That is how you do this one.